using the half reaction method. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to find the oxidation number of every element there is. So the first thing is we have oxygen, so we know that's going to be a -2. There's 4 of them, that makes it a -8, so this manganese must be a +7. Here we have a compound, so the sulfur, I don't know what the sulfur is, but I know that the hydrogen is +1. There's 2 of them, so the sulfur must be -2 to cancel out the +2. Here the manganese has a +2 charge, so the oxidation number is +2. And here the sulfur has no charge, it's all by itself, so the oxidation number is 0. So now what I'm doing is going to map them. Okay, so I noticed that manganese went from +7 to +2, and also noticed that the sulfur went from -2 to 0. So I know that this is a +7 to a +2, which is a reduction in oxidation number. So we have a reduction in oxidation number, and reduction is a gain of electron, and in case we're gaining 5 electron, okay, to go from 7 to 2. So if that's our reduction step, then this must be our oxidation step, because we went from basically -2 to 0, which means we have an increase in oxidation number. So here we lost basically the 2 electron that gives us the 2-. So once I have mapped it out, I'm going to write down the half reaction. So I'm going to write the oxidation half reaction first. So I'm going to use the whole thing. So it's going to be H2S. It's going to make going to the S plus the 2 electrons that was given out. Then the manganese, I have the permanganate minus. Okay, I'm going to basically add 5 electrons to that, and it's going to make me the manganese 2 plus. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start balancing. So notice that first I start with the non-hydrogen or oxygen. So sulfur this 1 and sulfur this 1. So I'm good. Now I have to balance down here too. See, 1, 1. Now I have to balance the oxygen. Well, in this one there's no oxygen, so I don't have to worry about that one. But in this one there's 4 oxygen here, so I have to add 4 oxygen to this side in the form of 4H2O. So now I have 4 oxygen and 4 oxygen. Now I'm going to balance according to hydrogen. Well, since I have 2 hydrogen here, I'm going to have to add 2 hydrogen to this side to give me my 2 hydrogen. Here I have 8 hydrogen, so I have to add 8 hydrogen to the other side to give me the 8 hydrogen. Now notice, is hydrogen when I add is called H+, okay, not H2, H+. Now what I have to do is I have to make sure that the electrons are balanced. Since the electrons are not balanced, I know that I'm going to multiply this by 5, basically multiply this by 5, and multiply this by 2. So when I do that, I have basically 5 H2S, 5 of the sulfur, and now I have 10 of the electron and 10 of the H+. Now to do the other one, I multiply by 2, so I have 16 of the H+, 2 of the permanganate, 10 of the electron, 2 of the manganese, and now I have 8 of the water. Now after doing that, I now notice that my 10 electron here will cancel out my 10 electron here. Now I'm going to look for anything else I can cancel out. Now I notice I have 10 hydrogen here and 16 here. That means I can take this 10 out, and I actually can take this 10 out from this hydrogen, so I lose the 6. Now see, I only have H2S here. There's no H2S there, and so far, so it looks like good. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add them together. Okay, so to add them together, I have 5H2S plus the bottom here 6H plus 2 permanganate makes 5S plus 2 manganese 2 plus 8H2O. So now I'm done. I want to see if I have it correct. So if I have correct, all the number of atoms is going to cancel out, equal actually. So I have 10 hydrogen here, right? 5 times 2 is 10, 16. So hydrogen here is 8 times 2 is 16. So I'm good on hydrogen. Sulfur, I have 5 here, I have 5 there. Manganese, I have 2 here, I have 2 there. And oxygen, I have 8 there. So I'm good. Now all I have to do is worry about charges. Now here the H2S, notice there's no charge here, so that's a 0. Here the H is +1. There's 6 of them, so there's +6. And the permanganate is a -1, so that's -2. So the total on this side is actually +4. On this side, this S get nothing. This Mn +2, there's 2 of them, so that's +4. And this water basically is 0 charge, so 0. So notice my charge also equal. Now I can stop here if this was a acidic solution, but if I have to do this in an a basic solution, all I do is one next step. In a basic solution, notice this H+, it has to go away because in H+, it's acidic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 6OH minus to this to create 6H2O. H2O. But if I do that to the left-hand side, I also have to do this to the right-hand side. So now notice I created 6H2O. Now notice I have 8H2O here, so this 6H2O can go away. So technically this is gone, and now I only have 2 of the H2O left. So my new equation is going to be 5H2S plus 2MnO4 minus 5S plus 2Mn plus 2 water plus 6OH minus. So now I have to make sure that all my charges and my elements are correct. Again, 10 hydrogen, 4 plus 6 here makes 10. 5 sulfur, 5 sulfur. 2 manganese, 8 oxygen, 6 here plus 2 here makes 8. So I'm good on my amount. Let's see if my charges cancel. 2 manganese, so that's minus 2 total. Here I have a plus 2. This is a 0, right? So I have 2 plus 2, so it would be plus 4. This would be minus 6. So now I have plus 4 minus 6, that's minus 2, equal that minus 2. So again, my charges are equal. So that would be in a basic solution.